for 6 months, I needed to be catheterized 5, 6 times a day. And then one day, I passed urine on my own. And this was awesome. I mean, I'm thankful for diapers, for anything of that nature, because it allowed me to practice.
You know, this was like about the farthest thing from romantic as you could possibly get.
Molly and Jeremy face the same problems that most couples do when one partner's injured or suffers from a chronic condition. There's often confusion about how to handle their sexual relationship.
What do we do with this? I'm in trouble now, right? Because I am no longer fluid in my movements. I'm spastic. How do we relate?
We had done a session with a psychologist because they thought that we were too optimistic about our future and about Molly's future in terms of what was possible. And Molly had said her biggest fear was that we wouldn't have sex anymore, or that I would, you know, there would be no interest in sex.
Well, Wednesday night in the hospital. Well, how do you make love to your wife in this cage? And how do you do that? And it was, at moments, I think, overwhelming.
When I would go and spend those overnight stays at the hospital, you know, I mean, she had the halo on, we were there, and it was just, you know, kind of a very surreal experience. But we were intimate in the way that we could be, and it was just that act that was really, I think, important for both of us.
After Molly left the hospital, she and Jeremy worked to build a life that was relatively normal, despite the added demands of her daily care.
We get involved with caretaker and mate and partner and all those kinds of things. Well, when you're catheterizing your wife, it's got to be really challenging to then consider, well, now how on earth do I become sexually intimate because yes, doing those things is intimate, but it's not in the same category. To be intimate requires more time, more energy, more focus, and just the pure mechanics of when you got a body that's spastic and the legs are all like this. He's had to really kind of take a deep breath and go, for me too, you know.
And I just remember the first time that, you know, I was able to put my leg in between her two legs just to lie close to each other with our arms around each other, with, you know, and that kind of man-woman thing where you're sort of like together like this. It was our ability to be able to come together and recapture and rekindle that kind of intimacy and that kind of closeness, for me, was just huge. I mean, I've forgotten how much I had missed it.
In terms of the intimate sexual aspect of our life, has, in certain ways and moments, wreaked havoc with it. Because there's the desire, and then there's this, okay, now how do we do this? Orgasms, yes, they come. And that's tied in with all the other spasticity and things like that. It's the first time. It's a pretty unique experience. It's like, well, so what is going on? And the more I've become relaxed in my body, of course, the more that the orgasms have a familiar feel to them. But they still get all tied up in, in the chaoticness of my body. All of a sudden the sensations will come through the body, and my brain will be going, what? Whoa, what's that? What? Whoa, we gotta, and then there will come the fetal position kind of thing. And my brain is starting to identify, oh, okay, well, we can stay relaxed here now. This is stuff they don't talk about this in the hospital. I mean, no, they don't even brush on this in the hospital. They go, oh, sex. I go, oh, okay, that. You'll work it out. Well, okay, what does that mean? I don't think we're through it yet. We're still working out aspects of how are we together in this. When you do support meetings and things like that, is you hear everybody's story. And most of the people that I have met through this, their partnerships dissolve. That's very sobering when the partnership prior to injury was so full. And then to realize, and when I get into statistics, 75% of relationships dissolve when there is a major catastrophic injury. I said to him, if you need to go, you do not have to stay to do this. And that's always been there. It still brings, it's tears in it's that he stayed consistently day after day in such a chaotic space. You talk about receiving without being knocked over by it, and really understanding, trusting that all this has to come out. It has to have its way. What can I say about the heart that I share with this man?
And it really was a very profound, and has been a profound journey for me to be very honest with myself and go, what is it, that I'm really looking for in my life? And come to find out, after processing through it, it was really Molly that I was looking for, whether she was like crunched or not. The quality and what Molly and I had in our relationship was more important to me than whether she could walk.